Okay, so hi everyone. I'm going to show you how to use the Squarespace blocks to add text, files, videos, a ton of other stuff to either blog posts or pages. So I'm going to switch over to my screen share really quick, and I will just show you the back end of my Squarespace site, basically. Okay. So I'm going to just create a new post, a new blog post to kind of show you how this works. So when you create a new post, you will already have some text here. That's the default, is to add text. But you'll see these like gray arrows that pop up. And if you hover over it, there's a whole line that comes. If you click on one, this opens up the content blocks. So content blocks are things that you want to add to that area. You have basic things like text, images, videos. You can add like podcast audio. You can embed certain links or something. If you want to make a quote block, that's what that would be for. There's also some other choices though. A gallery is where you can choose photos from another location on your website and show those either as a slideshow, a carousel, which kind of you could scroll through, a grid, or a stack. You can do the same kind of thing with a summary, but the difference between a gallery and a summary is a gallery is photos, a summary is pages or blog post. So I use the summary tools on my archives pages, there we go. Or at the bottom of posts when you see things that say related posts, I'm using the summary blocks to create those. Under more, there's options like a spacer, a line break. You can enter a form if you want like a contact form, a newsletter, which we'll get a little more detailed into in a few minutes. Custom coding, if you want to enter like HTML or CSS coding, this is where you would do that. All kinds of stuff. There's also like buttons, search bars, content links, if you want to add one of your products from your shop, an Amazon shop, or a donation button. You can add charts, social blocks, and other things like that. So I'm going to start with video. You can enter a video URL. So if you have a link from YouTube or Vimeo, I think that's how you say that. Vimeo, Vimeo, I don't know. So you can enter that link here. If that doesn't work, you can also embed the video. So you can get like the embed link from YouTube. You would enter that here and then hit set. You can also add a custom thumbnail just for your site and then either toggle on or off using that thumbnail. You can add a caption. If you choose to display a caption below, you can enter a little about the video and then hide the caption. So that way it still is helping your SEO, but people aren't seeing it. Then you can save it, or if you accidentally clicked on this and you don't want it, you can click remove. It will ask you to confirm, and yes. Let's go ahead and add some images so that way I could show you a little bit about how to drag and drop your content blocks. So let's find some pictures here. We'll just go my stock photos. And let's pick this cactus picture. Why not? Wait for it to load. Must be a huge file because that's taking a while. Okay, so once you have the image in here, you can easily drag and drop. All you have to do is click and drag. There's also a little trash can that appears right here. So if you want to quickly delete something, you can just drop it into that trash can. So you'll see up here, it will put it above that text. If I kind of go over to the left, I can put it next to the text block, which will let me right next to the picture. I can also move it to, woo, this thing is a little picky, I have to say. All right, move it back towards the top. Now I can move it down below the text, maybe. It doesn't like that. It's a little easier to move once we have some text in here. So let's copy and paste this a bunch of times. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that was a little glitchy. Okay, so now when we try to drag and drop it, it should be a little easier. I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the text here, and you'll see wherever that line appears is where that image will be put. So it's really easy to drag and drop blocks. You can do this with any block. Text is a little harder to drag and drop, so it's easier to drag and drop everything around it. So now I will show you the newsletter block. And the reason I'm going to show you this is because I use this in a very specific way to grow my newsletter. So I'm going to kind of show you how I do that. You can pick the title. Usually I like to just use the description because the title is so large, it almost always puts it on 2 lines. So I can say something like sign up for, or I guess we'll put download the free PDF guide. So if I had a blog post and I had a PDF guide that goes along with it, instead of just including a link right to my PDF guide, I use this method to kind of grow my email list. And that way, if someone wants a PDF guide, they will be signing up for my weekly email to get more resources. Because usually if people want this one resource, they're going to want all of the other freebies I email to my list. And if they decide that they don't want it, they can easily unsubscribe after getting the download. So I usually delete the disclaimer just because it takes up a lot of space. But then I go into storage and I can connect it to my MailChimp account and connect it to my regular mailing list, which is loading slow. So I'll just show you guys that later because that's actually really easy. I'm going to click on advanced. Instead of using the sign up, I'm going to type in get it now because that's more of an action rather than like signing up. People don't usually want to sign up, but they do want to get the PDF. So that's why I changed that. Now right here in the post submit message, this is what someone's going to see after they enter their email and hit the button. So this is where I put my free download. So I can say thank you. You can now download the PDF by clicking here. So I want them to be able to click on this word and get my free download. So I'm going to highlight it, click on the little link button, and this opens up Squarespace. Oh, it's like out of frame. That's odd. Squarespace's little link area. Now, by default, it'll open up. It thinks that you want to just link to that word. But if you click on files, you can upload the free PDF, and then when someone clicks on that link, it will take them to that download. I'm going to just use an existing file. So we'll use the 21-day challenge. So I'm just going to click on that and then click off of it. And you can see this is now underlined. So now we can, oh, I need to add the storage to test this out. But once you do that, you can then test it out. Okay, we're having problems with my computer today. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's moving really slow. I might need to restart before I film the next video. Okay, so linking it to MailChimp, all you have to do is sign into your MailChimp account, hit connect, and then you can select which list you want this email address to be added to. So I'm just going to choose my regular newsletter and hit save. So now when someone types in their email address and they hit sign up, what they will see is this text and the link to get the free download. So they can easily get it, and I get their email address to be able to send them more free resources. So that's how that block works. And again, you can drag and drop this anywhere that you want it to be in the post. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this now. Now, that wasn't a blog post. On a page, it's essentially the same thing. Let's go to my About page, for example. To edit an About, or to edit any page, you just want to wait for it to load, and then once you hover over the content, you'll see this pop up, Edit and Settings. Click Edit, and that will allow you to add blocks and edit the text that's already there. So this is pretty much the same thing. You get all of the same options on a page as you do in a blog post. So you can add any of this stuff to your page that you would add to a post. If you have a blog and your blog, or the template that you have has a blog sidebar, your blog sidebar works almost in the same way. So if you go to your blog and you hover over the sidebar, it's the same as a page. You can click Edit. This will allow you to edit that sidebar content. In a sidebar, you can add all of the same things, but keep in mind that this size is much smaller. So for example, your email is going to be much longer than if you put it on a page. So this is a newsletter block, just like before. Right here is a summary block, which I kind of showed you guys. In the summary block, you can edit what it's showing. So I have it showing my blog posts. I have it showing in a grid, and I chose the size of the images. And then I could choose what to display, and I have it displaying my featured blog posts. So blog posts that are most popular right now, I can show those in my sidebar. So that way, once people are done reading these blog posts, if they want to know what to read next, usually these are a good option. This is a button block. This is one of my product blocks. So this is the product from my shop that I chose to show in my sidebar. And then you have your search bar. This is some custom coding, which is showing my Blog Lovin' subscription button. These are my social links. This is just a regular text block here, and then an image block. So blocks are basically the building blocks to create your content on Squarespace. If you guys have any questions about this, just let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them and help you guys out. So let's switch back here. Stop the screen share. Alright, so that is everything for this video. If you are reading this in the blog post, you still have a couple videos to go. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I have a whole playlist of all of my Squarespace related tutorials. So if you want to know more about Squarespace, just go to my playlist and you can watch all of them there. Other than that, you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.